Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. Welcome to Jibber. I am your host, as always, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Tone Shift. With me today, we have, in order, first of all, Darkness.
Hey everyone, once again.
And we have Lumina.
Hello!
We have, if I can find his tab here, Paladin.
Gee, you can't find me anymore.
It's a long list of names, alright? I kind of have to scroll around a bit. And lastly, rounding out the British corner, we have Tom. So,
Hi there.
how has everyone's week been?
Pretty
not too
alright,
bad.
and then super fun today.
Indeed. I've had a pretty good week myself. Got some recording done, auditioned for an audiobook. Don't know if I've got it yet. Just got the final version of Sauron's theme, so I can finally get back to work on the FFD6 video game, so that is a big plus. Yay!
Nice.
Tom, did you listen to it, by the way?
No.
I put it in the
Okay.
FFD6 chat, so you can go listen to it later. But, for now, we have topics. 3 of them. And then probably wind up having to go into improv if we use up all our time. But first of all, we have the FFD6 recap for this week, because we played this week. Hooray!
Woohoo!
So, this week in FFD6, the party, after having arrived in the Academy City, which they've been trying to get to since Session 1, and this is Session 16, set off and learned that the person that Neothil is looking for, a blue mage, to help her identify the strange woman in dark that she keeps seeing in her dreams and encroaching into the real world with increasing intensity and frequency, the blue mage who can help her learn about that is, in another castle, or rather, another town. And so, they set off from the Academy City, leaving Mika behind to attend her new lessons and studies, to find this blue mage, Kelgor Vothri, and his apprentice. On the way, while traveling through some forests, they were attacked by a collection of creatures known as grunweeds, which are very nasty, poisonous plant things, which proceeded to wallop on the group and do some pretty considerable damage. It was an interesting fight and fun for pretty much a random encounter. It was actually pretty fun and intense, and they had a tough time with it.
I spaced out.
Yeah. The basic order of events of the fight is fight begins, a few opening attacks are thrown back and forth, and then one of the grunweeds, the first one to get blasted with a fire spell, pukes up a giant cloud of toxic gases. Who's typing?
Lumina.
Sorry.
Okay. Spewed out this large thing of poisonous rust-colored gases, and those fumes fell over the party. The only one affected by it was Alistair. And
Now me?
Yeah. So he was inflicted with the status ailment of Confuse. First time that status ailment has come up in the game.
We can still hear you typing, Lumina.
Sorry.
Anyways,
If you're going to be doing that, remember you can mute yourself when you're not speaking.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Okay.
carry over.
all right. So, following from that, the battle waged on. A lot of fire spells were chucked around by Thanatos, and Alistair's first thing after being confused was to fall into the dirt and make snow angels on the dirt road. Because confused, and he rolled a 3. Eventually, he got his shit back together after healing one of the enemies, and slowly but surely the party whittled down the grunweeds. Rocket didn't get hit even once, but everyone else took some degree of damage, including Neothil, who wound up getting petrified at one point for a whopping 4 rounds.
Was I a statue?
You are a statue.
You are.
You survived, but you were a statue.
I was building the perfect snowman.
No, you were not. You were not. Anyways.
Eventually, when they get back to Academy, so how was the trip? I was a statue for a while.
Christ! I was petrified today!
Yes! Love
Today
it.
I'm stoned.
Anyways.
Was indeed.
So, but eventually, they claimed victory sweet and moved on from that battlefield, eventually arriving in the settlement that the Blue Mage Kelgor had traveled to, known as Dolly, named after a village from Final Fantasy IX. In this village, they found that there was a degree of damage that had recently been caused, and learned by asking around after Kelgor that apparently there had been Tonberry attacks recently. This is concerning and confusing for the cast, as Tonberries are normally not aggressive unless provoked. Usually they just want to keep to themselves and will only respond to a threat if perceived. They're not the sort to take preemptive measures. They believe in karma. Karma is basically their religion. They won't do anything to you unless you do something to deserve it, and it will be proportionate by their odd scales. So, the fact that these villagers who have done nothing are being attacked by Tonberries raises a few eyebrows and a few question marks over heads. Following that, the party were given directions to where Kelgor and his apprentice had made camp, and after meandering around for a while, eventually located the campsite where they met up with an old friend of Alistair's from his time in the Academy City,
Shipping.
Athena, a blue mage. And yes, everyone proceeded to start shipping those two, even though there's nothing there.
Yes.
She has
But
no
still,
romantic interest in him whatsoever.
At
She's
least
just-
for now.
She's just naturally a kind of a flirty person.
For now.
No, just straight up.
It's not gonna happen.
There is no for now here, just straight up.
Through the
Sorry
force
to
of the
disappoint
Chocobo's
you.
will,
It
it will
ain't gonna
happen.
No, it won't.
Not in this story, not in this lifetime.
But yes, they met Athena, who promptly demanded that Rocket kick her in the chest as hard as possible. And Rocket did. And there's a reason behind this. Blue mages learn new spells by having abilities used on them. So, by getting kicked in the chest, Athena now knows Choco Kick. And can just cast that at will as a spell. And then Kelgor arrived not long after. A big Galka man, also a blue mage, and had pretty much the exact same thing happen. Demanded Rocket kick him.
Like student, like master.
Yep. And following that, the after that, things got a bit more serious as Nee went on to why she was here in the first place. Speaking with Kelgor and enlisting his aid and helping her identify who this dark woman she keeps having visions of is, and maybe find a way to track her down. But until such a time as she experiences another one of her visions or dreams, there's nothing Kelgor can do. So, until such time as that happens, Neothil and the rest of the party have, with some reluctance from Thanatos, agreed to tag along with Kelgor and help him solve his problems, and in exchange, he'll help Neothil figure out where to go to find the Dark Woman when the time comes.
He's also theorizing that the reason why the vision's getting stronger is because she's getting closer.
A definite
The real
possibility. Yes.
Me only find
None-
slightly terrifying.
And we teamed up with them, and I'm basically dragged against my will to tell the stories of my travels.
Yep, Athena dragged Alistair over to the nearby campfire. They all sat down and started talking about it. Also, they all bought elemental-resistant capes. So that's nice.
I need
Also,
an
I might
adult.
need that.
But, yeah. So, with that in mind, Lumina, Tom, and Darkness, do any of you happen to have anything else you wish to add or talk about or reminisce on from this session?
Only when the wedding is.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
You see, this is what Thanatos does. You can't get on his case about it now because then you'll be a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, there's your strong ship between
I need an adult.
You are an adult.
Maybe-
God, I
Is
am an adult.
this supposed to be like? Is this supposed like to be Thanatos? The answer is yes.
Minus the racism, yes.
I
Minus
need
this.
another excuse.
Well, here's the excuse. Athena has no interest in him.
The shipping won't stop.
God, this is what it feels like, isn't it? Oh, God.
I mean, the difference here is that when Thanatos makes jabs at Tom about Mika, at least there's something there to tease about. With Alistair and Athena, fucking nothing. You're shooting him with bullets for armor that doesn't exist.
The only thing we had in common was books. That's it.
And you know, you were friends, and she occasionally wanted to test her magic out on you. But there you go.
Yeah, Matt. Which I'm just like, okay, just do it.
It's shipping. It doesn't need to make
Let's get it
sense.
over with.
She spat a seed at you once with enough force to break a rib. She bathed you in water that she breathed out. Let's see her. She shot lasers out of her eyes. She summoned grenades out of the palms of her hands by snapping her fingers. All kinds of crazy shit. Blue mage. They're weird.
Yes. And when she hurts herself, I'm always there to heal.
So I wonder
So
if
every
that,
time
And we start again. It never ends, an endless cycle.
I wonder if that elven woman we met earlier is going to have something to do with this whole Tonberry situation.
You mean Fane Pharaoh?
Yeah. With the gun.
Well, time will tell.
If there
Time
are-
will tell.
Yes, and at the end of all this, eventually, you're going to have another vision of Penumbra at some point, and she's going to have a bit of a surprise. Maybe.
And that's pretty much it from me, I think. But everyone else.
I can't help but feel that something's going to go wrong in this attempt to track.
We have to wait and see. What about you, Lumina?
Also, we finally have Darkness plot. Hallelujah.
Yep, got some shit for darkness for Alistair. About time.
Yep.
Hell, it's
Yeah.
about time.
Time is all I need.
So,
What about you,
See
Lumina?
what-
Anything to add?
Not really.
Well, if that be the case, then I don't necessarily think there's a whole lot else for us to cover with this week's FFD6 recap.
So,
Well, other than me possibly wanting Thanatos to be gay just because he opens his big mouth and gets girls angry at him, so he'd be better off.
And like that, Hades watching this when this is out is raging.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, Hades.
he was
Sorry,
very salty after this
Hades.
session
We have
because
no
this
control
person
over her. She's a human being.
say, Tone,
Yes?
are you gonna have some of the more generic monsters from Final Fantasy in there, like the flans and the bombs?
I don't like
Oh
call
my.
bombs generic, but yeah, they're probably going to be in there at some point over the campaign.
Oh boy.
And even if they're not in the D&D, in the tabletop version of things, they'll definitely be in the video game version of things. Why?
Paladin.
Why do you ask, Paladin?
I think he's having issues again.
He went silent. Okay.
We have lost Paladin.
All
I
right.
repeat,
Well,
we have lost Paladin.
until he returns, we can move on to topic 2. So, first of all, question: who all here saw yesterday's episode of MLP?
I did.
No, sorry.
I did. Tom,
I saw it.
you
I
saw it.
saw it
All
this
right.
morning. Yeah.
And has Paladin seen it?
We do not know.
Type in chat
Well,
if you must.
with that in mind.
Paladin, if you can hear us, type in chat. We can't hear you.
All right, well, anyways, so to the let's see here. So to the audience, just as a quick heads up, we're going to be talking about the latest episode of MLP. So if you happen to have any interest in watching that and have not done so yet, this is your spoiler warning. Keep that in mind. All right, we are going to be talking about 246. Great. Which I love that title. First of all, it's great. It's funny.
Very sarcastic.
Very matches the tone of the whole episode pretty much. So we'll just go from left to right on the screen with people's thoughts. So I personally liked it, though it is far from my favorite episode, and honestly, my opinion on that is mostly it's kind of unfair. My reasons for not liking it as well as others, largely because I'm gonna get lynched by someone for saying this because I'm an American, but I do not like sports, and football is my least favorite. and buckball is evidently, at least to a degree, inspired by football.
Even though they already have actual football.
It's your choice.
It's called turfball.
Well, either way, in general, just sports are not my thing. I genuinely find it baffling how many people actually get invested in these things to such an extent. I mean, Super Bowl in America, for example. Whenever a team wins the Super Bowl, there are celebratory riots in the winning city. Wrap your head around that for a minute. There is not a reason on this earth that could make that even remotely okay, but it happens every time a Super Bowl happens, and it's confusing and aggravating.
Do you want to know a fact about me?
Nah, not at the moment.
Well, it's about this. It is about the sports thing.
Well, anyway.
I just like playing sports, but I don't like watching it or playing a video game of it.
I mean, I can kind of see why that would be fun to play a sports game, to play in sports, but actually getting so excited as you're just a bystander, it'll never make any sense to me because it makes objectively none. But anyways.
At least you didn't have our riots. They're violent.
So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's why I have a sort of a lower opinion on this episode than I probably would otherwise, is because I have just a general disdain for sports in general. But
I mean, I don't really like sports that much either. So
have you seen the episode, by the way, Paladin?
no, I have not.
And what happened? You went silent, buddy.
Well, anyways, the basic premise of 246 Great is that the Buckball team for Celestia's School of Magic is going to be going against a newly formed Buckball team from Twilight School of Friendship.
Well, actually, the Twilight School already had one, and they were just in the form of the teachers, and they were just training the students for it. Celestia's School was the one that was only now just getting into it.
Ah, okay. Thanks for the clarification. Either way, but yeah, there was a big Buckball game coming up, and Twilight and Fluttershy and Pinkie were coaching the main team, and Rainbow assumed that would be her job, but Twilight pulled a fast one on her and had her coaching the cheerleading team. And I
Which, what's putting slightly ahead though, but what slightly made this episode slightly more enjoyable for me is that everything that happened after was entirely planned by Twilight.
Oh yeah. You can tell she's totally becoming Celestia. She is becoming
Like, even
Machiavellian
Celestia
schema.
is like, nice one, and no sponsor.
Yeah, this is all part of the plan. You motherfucker. But yes, so what happened is when Rainbow learned that she was in charge of coaching the cheerleading squad, she was, as you might imagine, her being Rainbow Dash, a little put off by that. Like, wait, what? So she showed up to look at the cheerleading squad, which consisted of Yona, Smolder, Ocellus, and a couple of other ponies who I don't remember the names of off the top of my head. And I forget if it's Snips or Snails. The pudgy one was there too. And Rainbow was Snips, thank you. And Rainbow just could not be bothered to give a damn. Like, she was so unenthused. It was kind of hilarious just listening to her dismiss everything. Whatever, that kind of thing. I liked her sarcasm in the episode. That was fun. But in general, up until Twilight's big reveal that she had this all planned from the start, I kind of got the feeling that Pinkie would have been a better choice for that.
Yeah, I felt so too.
Because we've seen Pinkie cheerlead before. While I get that Twilight was trying to nail a lesson into Rainbow's head and a practical example was the only way to do it, I think she probably could have done so with something that didn't immediately relate to her school's performance or image. It struck me as a bit of a risky move, and Twilight is known for taking all the risks into consideration, so...
Well, like you said, she's telling it as Leslie.
Yeah, I guess. Either way, so learning that Twilight had it all planned made it make a lot more sense going forward, and seeing Rainbow kind of make the turnaround and learn the lesson of the episode, that was fine. But
what would I assume is that at some point prior to the episode, she heard Rainbow make a dismissive remark about how it was pointless, and so I concocted an evil plan.
Cheerleaders. Who gives a crap? Twilight over in the corner. Soon, Rainbow Dash. You will. Just rubbing her lips together. The evil little twinkle in her eyes. Turning into a witch. Oh my, that was actually better than I was expecting. Alright.
Well, you are a voice actor, so...
Yeah, but my voice is also worn out from doing FFD6 for a couple hours before this. But anyways. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the episode. Lumina, your thoughts?
I thought it was a very fun episode. It was just... Rainbow was kind of a...
Asshole.
Yes.
What else is new?
She does have an ego the size of a whale.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say Vixen.
So she
I
couldn't
felt... Oh, go ahead.
and she couldn't find it in herself to give a damn until she saw that her lack of giving a damn kind of hurt the students.
Yeah,
I felt like this was a callback to season 1 where she was teaching Fluttershy to cheer.
Yeah, it's actually, talking about it, it makes me remember that one episode with, instead of, Rainbow Dash, it was Applejack with helping Rarity with her fashion show.
That was Applejack being too honest.
Yeah.
or expressing her honest opinion in a hurtful way would be more accurate.
And also in a way that portrayed that her opinions were facts, and if you said any otherwise, you were simply wrong and should shut up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of dislike Applejack a lot of the time, at least more than the other characters.
So the episode was about Rarity going, Applejack, your opinion is just an opinion. You shut up. Don't be so arrogant. Which he did by the example of the strawberries. So,
Applejack, you're being a cunt.
I paid
Say what? Rarity, watch your goddamn mouth. Look who's talking. Oh, shoot. Sorry, swear, not my, no, didn't mean to. I'm gonna go bucket
Where's
holes.
the country person?
Sorry about that.
The age rating has changed.
Raven, seriously?
Oh, your cat's causing you trouble. Great. Tom, your opinions on the episode?
I'd say again, I thought it was okay, though my opinion of the episode went a lot higher once I found out that Twilight had kind of planned it all. One, because I'm biased towards Twilight. And
Right.
second, because it made more sense.
Right. She was trying to nail a lesson home.
Yeah.
And with Rainbow, the only way to teach her anything is through practical example.
Yeah, because she learned the hard way a long time ago that trying to do it on a bloody whiteboard will just have a wobble on a chair for a while. I get bored. She needs to see it and do it, otherwise it's hopeless. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And Spike is no help.
Where'd he get those
Out of
drums?
it.
But yeah. So yeah, overall, fun episode. My opinion was kind of low just to a general disdain for sports, but that's a coloring bias kind of thing, so keep that in mind. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of fun with it.
Next week's episode is, if you give me a moment, intermission noises. Next week's episode is a Trivial Pursuit, which is Twilight pairing with Pinkie Pie for a trivia thing.
Interesting. All right.
Sure, Pinkie will drive Twilight crazy, as usual.
Indeed. Well, we went through those faster than I was expecting. All right. Well, we move on to our third and final planned topic, continuing adventures of Crimson the Dragon.
Which should take us a while, because Darkness is very in-depth with these.
But that he is.
Well, I was also tired last time, but now I'm awake.
I should hope so.
Take it
It's
away,
generally more
Darkness.
interesting to actually listen to the stories when it's not just when it's actually the characters interacting. Like I will say this before you launch into it, it's generally more fun to hear about how the characters are interacting and the weird shit they do, instead of just the play-by-play of their dungeon crawls. It's far more interesting to listen to their interactions than the precise movements they take or how the combats proceed. So it would be nice.
Which is why I like to tell which is why I like to basically tell what they say.
Yeah. What they say is fun, and when they're interacting with each other in a more social way, that's fine. But with like travel time or not, or like when dungeon delving or searching around, maybe could skim over some of those details, because I feel like those kind of you kind of lose us at those points. I think you lose me at least.
Yes.
So more focus on the
I
actual
keep that in
characters and the characters interacting.
Do not
with each other,
worry.
because that's the good
There's
part.
a lot in action in this one.
Alright, take it away, Darkness.
Have at it.
Anywho, alright. So, a quick recap. They found out that everyone's unfortunately dead. The cause of these strange illusions and mishaps happening in the castle was from a powerful crystal. They managed to save one person who was strained to the crystal for unknown reasons, but it looked like it was draining her. But managed to save her, and also Crimson almost got crushed by the crystal as it fell. It's quite a big crystal. She kicked it, smashed, the castle crumbled, and they all managed to make it outside. And of course, two of the adventurers managed to escape from a horrifying monster who's underneath the castle in the maze dungeon thing. And now they're all outside, but just before, as Surveyor was healing up some of the wounds, just before and as soon as she was finishing healing up Aston, they heard a strange noise around them. But Aston recognized this noise immediately and started to bolt. He didn't get far. He went a bit of a distance, and then this great big huge limb, like a spider's leg, just came out the ground and impaled him into his back.
Oof.
And which he screamed in agony and then was pulling him downwards as the ground started to slowly open up, where he saw the same horrifying monster coming out of the ground and then also splitting open a massive, huge jaw, ready to eat him.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
As at this point, Doran just springed into action. Just before he gets near the mouth, he cuts off the limb that was holding Aston. He fell to the ground and quickly dragged him back as he was in immense agony. But the limb was still in his back. Which, as soon as he went to pull it out, it just became sentient and tried to attack Doran. So he chucked it aside and Crimson set it on fire. Which it did burn up.
Yay!
So this creature is obviously weak to fire when it's separated from its other appendages. Which at this point, as Surveyor went to heal him, the creature emerged from the ground, looking very pissed off and also sprouting more limbs. Which now it has the ability to scuttle like a spider at fast speeds.
Hi.
As for Aston, on the other hand, he was having a nervous breakdown. It appears if you get stabbed by this creature, you start to have terrible visions in your head that look so realistic it drive you insane.
Hallucination.
Yeah. And it drove him to the breaking point of insanity. And once it reached that point, it just makes you want to kill yourself. So not only is he trying to get healed up, but also trying to strain him from killing himself.
Wait, isn't Ashton already insane? That he's been insane.
He has been, but never at this point frickin' trying to burn the entire party and now trying to kill himself.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So while two of the party members one of them tries to strain him, the other tries to heal him, or conflicts him, Doran, Crimson, and Mirren face off against the beast.
What was it called again? You learned its name between episodes, didn't you?
Yes, which was mentioned by the captive that they rescued.
Right, what was it? Repeat it back to us, please. I don't remember it.
Oh, I'm doing it, yes. The Devourer of Hope. Devourer of what? Well, that's what we called it.
Okay.
And what is this creature exactly? It's composed of anything it comes across. It consumes it and it becomes a part of it. Oh, that's just fucking horrifying.
Yep.
There's no way we're going to be part of that. So what's the plan? From what we learned from this creature, setting it on fire only slows it down. It doesn't fully kill it. Well, you saw how Crimson Flames react when we burned a single part of it. So we keep cutting it down and burning it till there's nothing left. That sounds like a bloody plan. Crimson, you up for that? Fuck yes. I'm not going to get consumed by this abomination. Alright then. So they were fighting for a while, and then it was starting to go downhill. The creature just kept adapting through most of their attacks. Like at one point, as Doran went to chop off another bit of it, the creature moved and it got jabbed right into his back. Doran went to pull his axe out of its back, but his axe was stuck into the creature's back. And then is making a whole cracking, breaking noise as his head turns all the way round facing Doran. Which then its back just opened up into another massive jaw and just grabbed hold of Doran and started flinging him about. Which then threw him quite a distance away and he was bleeding out. He was in no condition to continue the fight. So it was up to Mirren and also Crimson to deal with this creature. They had to cut down a bit more, but they need more fire. Luckily, it took a bit of a while. Aston managed to get back up onto his feet and joined in the fray. So, still fighting the nasty monster? What do you fucking think? Doran's down, and I'm currently having a mental breakdown right here. I don't think Crimson can keep it up. Okay, I got an idea. Does it result killing this thing? Maybe. Maybe we're attacking it all wrong. I mean, yes, you're cutting off its limbs and burning it, but it's still alive. What the fuck do you know? I'm literally the Red Mage of Fire. I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Crazy. What's your plan? If you can get it to open its mouth as wide as possible, then me and Crimson, as long as she's willing, can blast that bastard from the inside. Wait, so you want to throw fire when its mouth is exposed and open, right into it to combust it? Yeah. And how, pray tell, I'm going to keep it open? I'm sure you figure out something. But don't worry, Mirren, if you die, I will lead. He will not fucking lead. So, they had somewhat a plan. As Mirren went to go into try to trick this thing. He did manage to keep its mouth open, and by jamming its sword into its jaw. But the creature was not messing around. It was trying to clomp down on the blade, even though it's still stuck in his mouth. So the blade is slightly coming through its head, slowly. So they had one opening, and they had to give it, and had to make sure they both hit it exactly right where its weakness lies. The Fire Mage and the Dragon brew fire, and it got right in its mouth, which caused the thing just to combust with huge amounts of flames, spurting everywhere. It's screaming in agony, and parts of it even blown off it. The creature went down, and Mira was bound to retrieve his sword until the creature was still twitching and flinching and trying to get back up. But the flames just consumed it, and it just fell to the ground as it started to burn and die out. It's dead. Good news, everyone. It's dead. Oh. And my sword's a bit burnt, but otherwise it's dead. Right. Let's head back to the town. Fuck. So they had their way back to town, but it was getting dark, so they decided to lay camp. They also noticed Crimson hasn't been herself. She's been a bit strange lately. And, of course, talking to herself a bit. Are you okay, Crimson? What do you mean I'm fine. Just shut up. Alright? Leave me alone. It's just you've been acting a bit strange, that's all. Listen, I'm trying to talk with the voices in my head. What? Voices in your head? No, I'm not eating the dwarf. Because I don't know where he's been.
No, I'm not.
And
eating a
Dawn's
dwarf.
just having a shocked look, and partially a little bit of rage building up as well.
I'm not eating the dwarf. I don't know where he's been. I mean, that's a sound argument.
But of course, Dawn's just not.
So Crimson.
Dawn is worried and not in the mood to hear something like that after he almost died. I think we need to take her to a professional. I think Crimson's gone a bit cuckoo from our little trip to the castle. I mean, you didn't leave her for a second, did you? She wandered off on her own for a moment while I was saving our interesting friend here. You left her alone for a second? A few minutes.
Oh.
That explains it. Well, someone needs to talk to her. I vote you. Why? You invite her to the party. You talk to her. Crimson? No, I don't want to be nice. Are you talking to me or the voices? What do you think? The voices? Clever human. We noticed you've had these voices for quite a while now and worried about you. So, if it's okay with you, we need to take you to someone to get you checked over because, you know,
Voices in the
if
head
it gets.
bad.
I mean, what do the voices talk to you? And what do they say? One is a complete and utter bitch that gets on my nerves to no end. The other is just annoying. That's all you need to know.
One is a bitch and the other is annoying.
Well, I promise we may be able to help you. If you would... at this point, Mirren, I would take anything to get these voices out of my head. I even may consult to the tainted liquid that your dwarf friend drinks.
Oh.
Okay, then I take that as you're in, and I leave yourself. That would be wise. I gotta try to get some sleep with these annoying voices. Okay. And when the next morning came, it was definitely a strange morning. As soon as Mirren woke up, he smelt something. Something nice in the air. Like hot food cooking. Oh no. Mirren quickly rushed to his feet with his sword and shield in hand, but didn't have time to put his armor on. And as he rushed out of the tent, then his face went into complete shock and confusion, and even dropped his sword.
Was Crimson cooking food?
She was cooking food for everyone.
Huh, I guess the
With a
nice
happy
voice went out.
smile on her face.
The happy voice went out. No, I don't want to be nice. Snap cut to this picture.
Ah, morning, Mirren. Crimson? Are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be? Hang on a sec. Can I check to see if I'm dreaming? Sure. Mirren bangs his head with his shield. Ah!
Take 1d4 points of damage.
Yep. Because it is all made out of metal, so it was painful. Ah! Oh shit, this is real. Care for a bite to eat? Sure. That's good. Curious, where did you get the meat from? I hunted it down. Feel sorry for the boy. You feel sorry for it? Yeah. I mean, I did make its death quick and painless, but still. Yeah, this. And Mirren's just thinking to himself, yep, there's definitely something wrong with this picture.
Because you suddenly have a dragon acting nice. A red dragon, specifically, one of the evilest kinds.
Then Dawn got out the tent. Ah, my favorite little dwarf. Want a food? Ah, it's better than any mead, and it's all nice and... What did I just walk into? I don't know. I quite like her. You would, Asta. What? It's pleasant to wake up to a kind-hearted dragon that prepares a nice load of food. Plus, she gave me some nice compliments.
Oh no.
That's just one.
Oh
Hang on
no,
a
he's
second.
gonna take that as evidence that he should have pressed the thing again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Then when she turns back to normal, he's gonna break up with her again, even though there was nothing there. Because
Yep.
it's still stuck on that, by the way.
I know.
How do you break up with a dragon you were never in a relationship with?
I know. It's
God damn it.
pretty funny.
It's funny, but it's confusing.
Yeah.
How would you even have a relationship with a dragon?
Very carefully.
So after that interesting breakfast, they went back to their travels. Because they reckoned they could get help from Haven, the halfling who lives on his own in the woods.
The same one they went to
Little
before,
hidden
right?
cottage. Yep, that also patched up Crimson.
That'll be fun. Because now she's probably gonna hug him as thanks for
Mm.
saving her before.
Mm.
Oh,
Which
boy.
Mirren is still in disbelief of what's going on. And then one of the party members has decided to speak up. I don't know why you worry, Mirren. I mean, isn't this what you technically wanted? She's not aggressive towards us. She's actually very helpful and friendly. Yeah, but it's not her. I mean, I don't even know what to do anymore. I mean, should we still try to help her with this or not? Well, it's your choice, Mirren. You are our leader. But it's a choice that we all should make, and what's best for Crimson? To be honest, I don't think Crimson would like to see herself like this.
Yeah, probably not.
You all worry over nothing. She's perfect. She's only perfect because she's not hitting you. But I need someone not to hit me in this party. You hit me, she hit me, and you definitely hit me.
We'll stop giving us reasons to hit you then.
Or if you stop being a complete pyromaniac, maybe we won't hit you so many times. But that's who I am. Do you
Oh,
want
there
me
you
to
go.
change for the better? Yes.
Yes. Points at Crimson.
Hmm. Well, on the point of getting there, and about 3/4 of the way, they were setting up camp again because nighttime draws near. But as they were, something again unusual happened. While one of them found a stream to get some water for their flask, then some kind of force hit the party member into the water. And as he was about to get back up, then was smashed down into the water. From all the commotion of the splashing and the sound of drowning, the other party members rushed over. They saw Crimson trying to drown Surveyor, the healer.
Hello, water, my old friend. Come to swim in you again. Now.
And-
Sorry.
Yep.
Carry on.
That's all right. Good party. Anyway. And then they all broke out into a panic. Crimson, stop! What are you doing? She's with us. The elf must die.
Oh god, the evil version took over.
Crimson, stop this now. Shut it. and then her tail wrapped around frickin' Mirren's throat.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit. Dragon, release Mirren, or you're gonna get the axe on the tail. And then she just frickin' wrapped him aside with her other leg.
Oh, God. Stop
Oh.
warning her about what you're doing and just do it.
Crimson honey, what the heck? Oh, blimey. Did I walk into a bad time? You.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Mirren, call her off, call her off!
Oh, no.
He fucking pounced on him and started to tear through his clothing. Help!
Oh, God.
Surveyor, you're the magic user, do something. I may have something that might work. Well, do it!
You're a polymorph? Please tell me it's polymorph.
Quick, before she kills Mirren! Mirren! What about me? I'm getting shredded apart here. Oh, and Aston.
Oh, and him too. Yeah, I guess. Sure, why not? Yeah, sure.
She cast a sleep spell on her, which managed to knock her out and loosen the grip on Mirren's throat.
Oh, nice.
My clothes are ruined. Forget the
Aw.
clothes. Yeah. Well, what is it? You have only 5 HP left.
Ooh.
Fuck!
Fuck!
And I'm screaming in the forest.
Ooh.
Which, of course, is in the forest, and the goblins come over because they are still partially with them, which only remain in the forest. Which is the scout, the mage, the hobgoblin, and of course, Wolfie. What happened, and why is Mistress sleeping, and why you three look like death? Don't talk. Just don't. I don't want to talk about it. Yep, you see what I mean? There's something obviously wrong with her. I say, she's never acted that violent towards me before. She hasn't. I suppose. Right. Let's see. Let's just strain her for the night and get some sleep and keep on watch. The next morning came and they checked to see if Crimson was in a better mood. She seems to be herself at the moment, but she's also confused. Why am I strained to this floor? You don't remember what happened? No, why should I? Wait. Why does everything around here look different? Where? Let's just say you're going to get some help, okay? Now, I will unstrain you. Don't attack. I have no reason to. What's going on? Well, one moment you're nice. Next moment you tried to kill us. Oh dear.
Oh, dear. That's an appropriate response. Oh, dear. I like it.
It seems my body has been compromised. You think? You almost killed me. Well, that makes sense. Oh! She's pure evil. You're just realizing that now? They managed to get out of Haven, and he had a look at her. So you say she had weird symptoms? Yes, very strange symptoms. One moment she was nice, next moment full murder mode. Especially towards me. What did I ever do? Be annoying. I'm sorry to say this, but it's completely out of my hands. Oh, fuck. We're doomed. Not exactly. It's out of my hands, but my friend can help you. And where is your friend? He's just across from me, over there. Wait, what? How did we miss that? Well, he has got it blended in with the environment. And who is your friend? He's a great old wizard. Powerful, crampy grumpy, but we have some things in common. Like one thing, we like to be isolated from the rest of the world. Oh, okay. And he would help us? Oh, yes. But does he... Oh, no. I run a business. Him... No. He just lives here. Okay. So, they knocked on the door and the old wizard opened up. And immediately, he was grumpy for being disturbed. And then he pushed everyone out the way just to get the crimson. Get out of my way, you fools! Is this a juvenile red dragon? Yeah? As in the most chaotic, evil creatures you could ever come across? Yes, and she's currently with us.
I could have burned up my house.
A juvenile red dragon. A group of adventurers. I thought I'd never live to see this day. This dragon must be studied. There's so much I could learn from this. I knew it. See, don't ever judge a book by its cover, or even judge a dragon by its scales. Is he always like this? To be honest, he's never been this excited before. This is so fantastic, so magnificent, so mind-blowing. Excuse me, we need your help with her? Oh, right. What's wrong? Can't understand the old dragon language? Can't even... No, it's not that, it's not that. She hears voices in her head, and now and then those voices take over her body. Oh. And tell me, how long has she had them? Ever since we went up to a bad, creepy castle a few days back. What castle? The one that looks pleasant, but when you destroy the thing that enchanted it, it turns into a creepy castle, also a terrifying creature, known as the Devourer of Hope. You fools! You stupid, complete damn fools! Why would you go up there?
Ah, you fools. Fools of a took.
Yep. Well, we were sent up there to rescue people. Do you know that people go up there and never come back?
Oh, he came back.
Oh,
What my retort would have been.
wait. You're all here, yes? Are you ghosts? No! We're living, breathing creatures. Prove it. Okay. Ow! I didn't mean hurt yourself. Oh, don't worry. That's Aston. He gets it a lot.
Aston's gonna be the final villain of the story, I can tell. He gets abused so often, and he's already unhinged.
Right. So you're not ghosts. So, tell me, Crimson, is it? Yes. How did you get these voices? I just come across a room with two mirrors. One was pleasant, and the other... Well, supposed to be me, I guess. All violent, mighty horde. And whatever dragons should be. Except... What? She's a total bitch. Okay, then. And these voices, they speak to you? Yep, and they've also recently taken over my body, which I don't like. This is a powerful, dangerous curse indeed. A cursed. Well, yes, you have been cursed, my dear. What kind of curse is this? The kind that fucks with your head, obviously. Come on, you're a red dragon. You should be smarter than this. I'm gonna eat him. Crimson, think pleasant thoughts. Pleasant thoughts. I haven't got any pleasant thoughts. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Think pleasant thoughts. I'm thinking of eating him.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could make us all happy again? And she just gives him a dead glare. Shut up. Yes, I can. There's some good news and some bad news. There is a way to cure your friend here. And that is... she will have to confront the main problem of herself. Well, I'm doing... And how are we going to do that? Oh, it's simple. I know a spell. No, I don't like this is going. No, don't say it. I will have to get maybe one or two of you in her mind to face off against the evil curse. No, they are not intruding. No, they are forbidden. I forbid it.
I guess you're just gonna have the two voices in your head, aren't you?
And there's no way in hell or even you giving me a freaking mighty horde, I'm doing it. Okay. What? Is that it? Yep, you don't want us to go in there. I expect your privacy. Wise human. We just have to get used to your nasty self. I guess you do. And your kind self. Feeding us and also looking after us. And even sharing a wing in the cold, harsh winter time. Shut up, do it. Just get it out.
They know her so well.
I am not meant to be cute, but you are cute when you're nice. So they managed to do the spell and managed to get Mirren and Doran in there. Why can't I go in there? My friend can only put in so many at a time. Besides, they were specifically saying not to let you in there. Why? Because you're the mischief fire mage guy. Wed mage of fire. Whatever. So then they went in there and it was grim. They were not expecting what they saw. They see the kinder side of Crimson, like wrapped in chains and also kept in a cage. The normal Crimson, struggling and also battered to near death. And then they saw this great big massive full-grown red dragon, which indicates as her nasty self, even with other horns and spikes coming out of her.
Oh boy.
And just looks like a dragon sent from hell itself.
Huh. Well, that's pleasant.
It appears I have intruders upon this form. Well, no matter. I just have to dispose of you, like these two. Listen, I'm just gonna call you Negative Crimson. Negative Crimson. We're gonna stop you no matter what, whatever cause or ill you're giving to Crimson. Shut up with those cliche speeches. I'm sick of them. Let's just get straight to the fight. And while they were already fighting in there, the old wizard forgot to mention something, which he mentioned to the other parties that are not in there. Oh no. What? What is it? Oh, I forgot. Damn my old age. What? I forgot to tell them if they die in there, they die for real. What?
Oh.
How could that escape my mind? How can it escape your mind?
Welcome to the Matrix. Your mind makes it real.
So they have to try to face off against a giant Negative Crimson, defeat it, and save the original Crimson and make sure they don't die. Until to be continued, because it looks like we have less than a minute.
Yeah, I got about 40 seconds left, so... Okay, that is actually a fun place to call that off. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Jibber Jabber. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. We'll see you next week, unless we decide to take it off, but I don't see us doing that, but you never know. So, thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Sarah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I want to hug Crimson.